Alright, so this is going to be my fourth and final video for today of my green screen and light box setup. As you can see, the two light boxes are back there. Alright, here's the third one. Now, admittedly, this is pretty funny. First of all, it works. I tested it and it works, just to let you guys know. I just showed you in the last video that the equipment they gave me for this thing made no sense and there's no instructions for it whatsoever. No explanation of how to build this thing. For what I was to understand from when I actually read in the description of what I bought, this is supposed to be what they consider the boom light. What that means is that this is supposed to have an arcing arm, okay, that goes high up above everything. And what's supposed to happen is this light is supposed to be above me as I'm posing here for my green screen shot. What this does is two things. Number one, it adds added light to my face and everything. Number two, it's supposed to negate the shadows created from those two lights, because the way you're supposed to position those is one, say, a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left, and they're going to create a cross shadow. This boom light is supposed to eliminate the cross shadow. Alright? Problem. I'm going to show you the equipment they gave me for this fucking thing. It's a standard tripod, okay, very small legs, so almost no support to the damn thing. Pretty ridiculous in my opinion. Alright? This almost like winch style attachment, which I've never seen anywhere before in my life, which I had to on the fly learn how to use by myself, because as I said, no instructions for this device, okay? So what I did is through one end of it, I put the tripod. Through the other end of it, I put this other elevating arm. This is a telescoping arm that has nothing on the bottom at all. It's flat on the bottom. So I put it through the other side of this kind of device, alright? And then to hold it in place, because there's nothing to hold it in place, there was a vise. So I used this vise device to hold that arm in place so that it wouldn't slide through or fall, alright? Then I adjusted this winch device, and this will actually lean, let me back up. It'll actually lean this arm forward, or you can even lean it backward if you want. I don't know why you want to do that, but you lean it forward. So I tried. I telescoped this arm out to about right here. And I even extended, there's an extending pole. I extended the pole. And guess what happened? I mean, it would only take a fucking rocket scientist genius to know what would happen if you took something with legs this small, had a telescoping arm coming off of it, top-loaded the weight with a second light box, with a light box, right? And attached all that shit to it. Guess what happened when that went out to there? The whole thing falls over, because you can't support that much weight with three tiny legs. That's the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen when it comes to some kind of a lighting setup. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't realize, if you have a giant telescoping arm, that these legs need to probably be double the height, if not higher, with more support to weigh it down, so that if you have a hanging arm, that the whole thing doesn't topple over. So, the good news is, I figured out a bootleg way. I don't even know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but I figured out a bootleg way to put this thing together. And the light does work. I did test it. The bad news is, I can't use it as intended. There's no way when I'm standing here at my green screen setup that I'm going to be able to be looking this way and have this light above my head, which is what it's intended. More than likely what I'll do, once the car is out of the yard, right, what I'll probably do is I'll have a light here, and then this light will be further back, and that'll be shining right at me, okay? And more than likely the camera will probably be below this light to film me, or maybe even slightly in front of this light. So hopefully, this light, even though it won't be as used as intended and down on my head like it's supposed to, it'll still at least help to negate the shadows that are going to be made by the other two light boxes back here. Okay? So, let me tell you, this was a big undertaking. It was about 2.5 to 3 hours to set this whole thing up. And it's so difficult to set up, I don't want to take it down. You know what I mean? Like, it was such a mother bitch to even get set up. I wouldn't want to take it down. So what I think I'm going to do is rearrange it a little bit. I'll probably take this, this green screen, roll it up. I'll probably put the lights possibly, on the sides or somewhere out of the way, so that as we, try to, we have to bring our garbage out tomorrow night. We got the garbage guys coming tomorrow, so we need to do that, stuff like that. But so that it basically doesn't impede upon our daily life. We'll have to, it'll take a few weeks probably for us to figure out a good way to arrange it in here so that it doesn't necessarily screw everything up. But if we have to, I could always shrink the height of these poles to make the green screen more compact. In fact, that's what I think I might do right now, is shrink them back down and then fold this green screen over it, and then when we're ready to use it, unfold it again, so that way at least we can see stuff in here. It's easier to arrange stuff. But these lights are so difficult to set up. Like these frickin' light boxes, man, I do not want to disassemble and reassemble those. It's too much of a pain in the ass. So I'm almost thinking I'll leave those together in a corner here somewhere in the garage and go that way. So we'll have to see. Of course, it would help if I could get rid of all this shit, that stuff that we used when we moved, right? And it's just been sitting here because I don't know what to do with all these storage bins. I don't have any use for them. I have nowhere to put them, so they're just sitting here in the garage. I know, efficient use of space. But, what an ordeal. I'm not saying that this set isn't nice, because the lights are bright, right? The green screen's a pretty decent quality. I think once I get the wrinkles out, it could be pretty good. I just think it's kind of bootleg that because you pay around $200 for a set like this on eBay, or not eBay, excuse me, on Amazon, they can't even give you fucking instructions on how to set up all the stuff. You got to do bootleg yourself. You know, that's ridiculous. And you know, as a consumer, I have to say no. You know, if you're looking for a great set, this is not it. This is, if you want to save money and you're doing a home studio kind of deal, you don't care about being able to set it up quickly and efficiently, then go for this one. But I can't recommend this to anyone who's looking for a professional setup. More than likely, if you're going to want a professional setup, you're probably going to end up spending $500 or more on a better quality stuff. But you know, I did what was within my means last year, and I'm finally setting it up. So I hope you enjoyed this setup series. Now, of course, what I need to do, like I said, once the roof is done, because I can't do it now, because when the roofers are here, I can't get my car out of my yard. Once the roof is done, what I will do is I will take my car out of the yard one night, maybe tomorrow or next week. Instead of doing a second stream, maybe I'll do this. I'll take my car out of the garage. I'll set up the lighting. I'll film a few shots of me like dancing in front of the green screen, and I'll put them up on YouTube. And I'll also try to mess with them myself and see if I can do, and then see what other people can do with them too. Because there's actually a few people who are decent with green screen stuff. They just need the raw footage, you know. So we'll see what happens. Thanks everyone for watching. And fingers crossed that this turns out to be something I can use well in the future. If not, it was a lot of time and effort. And, yeah. Okay. Thanks.